Today we want to give a special invitation and invite all of you out to end our season up of 2025. Where are we going to? We're going to the 33rd annual Biketoberfest 2025 right down there in Daytona. It's from October 16th through the 19th. We're actually going to be arriving the weekend before on about Thursday or Friday. We'll be getting into town, and we're going to be covering the three-wheel rally that they have over there at Teddy Moore's too. So we're going to be blending into all that time. So, there's all kinds of cool things that we want to tell you today about. So stay tuned, and we're going to get right to it.
That's right. Let's go see what Daytona has to offer.
First of all, we're going to put an app down here, right over here in the corner, that you guys can scan, and you're going to find a lot of great information, and we'll get into that in just a couple of minutes of some of the things that's going to be on there. But you might say, hey, I've never been to Daytona. What's some of the things I should be thinking about, and what does this rally offer? One of the first things that I wanted to tell you is the weather. The weather can definitely be different than in the spring. Spring, we've had some really cold days there, yes. Some rainy weather. Overall, during October, it ends up being a better, it's usually a little bit cooler. It's a little more comfortable riding your bike around, and the crowds aren't as packed in there as in Daytona Bike Week is. So here's some other great things.
It also offers 23 miles of beach that you can ride up and down on, which is amazing. You can get to see the Atlantic Ocean there. And it has also cruising up and down Main Street. That's what Daytona's always been known for, is their Main Street, and the bikes running up and down Main Street and checking out all them big bikes and everything. They also have the Speedway, which this year they're going to call it the Fall Cycle Scene. That's going to be the Speedway, if you ever hear that terminology. That's where it's going to be at. That's where the welcome tent's going to be at. The vendors, there's going to be a ton of vendors down there also. And don't forget, Destination Daytona up there on Ormond Beach. They're going to have a lot of vendors. And there also is a section of town called Midtown, which they have. That's the college area over there. And they have great food, lots of fun, and a lot of stuff going on over there in Midtown.
And there's all kinds of bike shows there. Hey, we always go to Willie's Chopper Time show. That's always great. It's always on that Thursday. A lot of fun. There's all kinds of different bike shows, all kinds of things. So how are you going to figure out all the things you might want to do? What you want to do is stay connected with the app. It offers Biketoberfest Rally attendees info. Everything from where to stay, what kind of events are going to be going on, free collectible pins where you can pick that up at, dream giveaway. They got a bike and I think a truck and stuff. They got a whole bunch of cool stuff that you can enter into. Right. They have some top rides to show you where they're at. And hey, if you're pulling a trailer down there, maybe not an RV, but one that's got your motorcycles in it, you might be in a hotel that doesn't allow you to park at. There's even a place there that you can look. I think that's like one of our #1 questions people always ask us.
Where can I park my trailer?
Because a lot of the places that you stay at might not have enough driveway if you're staying at an Airbnb, or if you're staying at a motel, or even at some campgrounds, they don't even have a lot of extra room there. So that's kind of cool. Other thing they show you is the sponsors. That's one of the things you should always think about when you go to these events, is the sponsors that help pay for this, to help to get it all going. You want to support them. If there's a restaurant on there or a dealership or whatever it is, those are the people you want to try to do a little more business with, because without them,
there wouldn't be a rally.
That's right. And also it's going to show you where all the vendors are at. That's probably the second question we have. Where is so-and-so at? And where is this person at? Where is these guys at? Are they even here this year? So that'll be found on there too. And there's also a destination guide just showing you all the different cool things you can do and see and all that. Hey, what's the other last thing that they always tell you need to know about?
The racing schedule. They're going to have a schedule of events, not only with racing, but everything that's going on at the Speedway and Destination Daytona. So you'll have a schedule of events, and you can go to that app and find everything, pretty much everything you need to know.
And that's pretty cool. And this is something that probably a lot of these rallies really needed to have, because it's hard, if you've never been there, you're not sure where you want to stay at, or maybe you want to check some prices on some hotels and stuff, and you're like, well, where do I go? Well, here you go. You can go to this app and you can hit it, and it can help you find a lot of the great things you need to help you while you're planning to go this year. You're looking for that great vendor that, at the last minute, hey, I need to have some new slip-on pipes put on my bike. Where are they going to be located located at? Well, you can pull that app, you can find out where they're at, and you can go right to it instead of just wandering around and then maybe you never do find them. So that's one of the other cool things, and there's so much cool stuff, you know, to do down there when you're in Daytona. You know, we like to go to the lighthouse.
That's right, down there in Ponce Inlet. That's a cool place to go and check out.
And there's a couple cool restaurants down there. We've ate at a couple of them already. That's really cool to go down there.
Up there in Flagler Beach, you can go right up there and go up on their top floor and watch the ocean and have something to eat or something to drink. It's just a place to chill out and relax. It's a great place to go.
And there's all kinds of little shops and stores and things like that that you can check out. There's also, you know, you're riding along the A1A there. There's a whole lot of restaurants and little towns and stuff you can go down there and explore. Hey, where did we go last year? And they had that great beach on it.
New Smyrna. New Smyrna Beach.
That was really cool. I'd never been there at all. One of our subscribers took us down there, and I thought, you know, hey, this is almost like the beaches I remember, like on the West Coast. And it was really cool. They had a lot of cool places, and you could sit, same thing we did. We just kind of sat there for a couple hours, had lunch, and we just watched the bikes going up and down the street, and that was really cool. There's so much stuff. You can always go down to St. Augustine's.
Up to St. Augustine's. Yep. It's north of Daytona, or you could go south and go to Cocoa Beach. That's a cool town to go to and check
Remember,
out.
St. Augustine's is the oldest city in the United States.
That's what they say.
And it's kind of cool. They got that old town that you can go down there and walk and stuff
fort
through.
And different things like that.
And a lot of really cool
shops.
Yep. And they also got the place you can see the alligators.
That's right. They've got the alligator zoo, I think it's called. They've got a whole kind of terrain out there. They've got all kinds of wild birds and the alligators, and it's a cool place to go and stop and see, and that's also in St. Augustine's.
And so a lot of the stuff that we've just been talking about, you could actually go into our playlist and you can type in, you know, alligators in Daytona or St. Augustine's, and you'll pull up that video to where you can actually see, because like I say, we've been doing this for 6 years. We've been down there, so, you know, 6 years in a row we've been coming down to Florida and covering a lot of the events that's going on there. We don't always do it every single year, but one of the other cool things about Daytona is you used to have a racetrack there.
They did, right there on the beach. How about that?
And you can see it when you go up into the lighthouse, and you can also go, there's 2 bars there.
There's First Turn and North Turn. You can go to both of those bars.
And that was actually where the turns were at. So that's kind of cool too. And there's just so much to do. And
a lot of history there.
Yep. If you get there early, you can actually go to the Speedway and you can do a tour of the track and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if they do it during the event, but they do it before. And they also got some really cool stuff there. Hey, a couple years ago, I bought me a slick tire off of a NASCAR for $5.
Yeah, I did. And we drove. That was during the spring rally, and we took that tire the whole trip with us. Like for 6 months, I had to fight with that tire.
So there's a lot of really cool things there, and we're going to have some more videos as we get a little closer here to kind of give you some more ideas of things you can do and see and all that. But once again, we want to give a big shout out to you guys to come out and spend our last rally of the year with us. That's going to wrap up our rally season right there at Daytona for Biketoberfest. So, you know, put that on your list. Come on down, and if you're thinking about coming down and want to be down there with us, you know, go down here to bobandtams@yahoo.com. Send us an email, and we'll send you a phone number. We can meet up with you and have some fun. And, you know, hey, we always go down there and have breakfast at the Beaver Bar, too, on the weekends.
That's right. And there's also a Twin Peaks down there.
That's right. There's a lot of places. We have a lot of fun down there. It's really a great time. And what a way. We started it in Daytona Bike Week at the beginning of the year, and we're going to end it up in Daytona with the ending of it all, a Biketoberfest.
There you go.
So what a great time we can have, so we'll leave it at that.
That's right. So this is our invitation to you to join us down at Biketoberfest this year. Thanks for hanging out with us today. I hope you enjoyed the video and you got a lot of information out of it, and we'll see you down there. Don't forget to support our sponsors. They're the ones that get us to all these rallies to get you all this great information. And tell them Bob and Tam sent you if you go by and see any of them. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Share us with your family and friends. Give us a big thumbs up. Ring that bell for notifications, and we'll see you on the next video.
There you go. We'll see you tomorrow.